like he was just done with it. He says, I ain't from Wakanda. Here's another current event. Current but not current. And so there was this interview that I watched with Michael B. Jordan, aka Eric Killmonger from Black Panther. And there was a reporter that, I don't know, maybe she was a fan of the movie, not really sure, but she wanted to shake Eric Killmonger's hand, and Michael B. Jordan, he was Michael B. Jordan, he was not Killmonger in this interview. But she goes to shake his hand, and they high-five each other, and she crosses her arms in front of her, and she's like, you know, Wakanda forever, or something she says. And I'll link to it in the description below so you guys can take a look at it yourself. But he doesn't cross his arms, and then she goes in again, and she crosses her arms a second time to, I guess, try to elicit him to do it as well. And I think she may have said something like Wakanda forever or something like that. And he responds to her sort of with a grimace on his face, like he was just done with it. He says, I ain't from Wakanda. And he doesn't do it. And which is fine. It's his prerogative. And I think, and there was also another report that Chadwick Boseman does not like to speak like T'Challa or do the arm cross thing either. They're just kind of tired of doing that. They don't want to do that anymore. And I can totally understand that, can totally respect that. But this is a reasonable dose, and we're going to look at it from the other side. I think all the time people may say, you know, maybe to, what's that guy's name from the Incredible Hulk that plays the Incredible Hulk? I'm asking my wife, she's in the car with me. What's that guy's name? Not Eric. I figure if I say names, she'll come up.
Like all the other ones, like I'm thinking Eric Bana.
Yeah, not Eric Bana, not Ed Norton.
Yeah,
this
why
other
am I
guy.
thinking of the other ones?
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Well, she's gonna look it up and tell us the name in a second, maybe. But regardless, I think if someone walks up to the guy that plays the Incredible Hulk, Michael something, I don't know. Anyway, if someone walks up to the guy that plays the Incredible Hulk and they're like, man, can you say Hulk smash? And they're fans, they really love it. They're just nuts about the movie. They may walk up to Chris Hemsworth, and someone may say, oh my gosh, can you talk like Thor? And maybe he says, of course, I'm from Asgard, son of Odin. He may do that.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, that's the Hulk guy that we were looking for, Mark Ruffalo. But it's kind of funny because people have accents, they have dialects, they put on these characters, and I don't know what people may have asked Hugh Jackman to do or say as Wolverine. Is like, you know, can you pose like this, as if you are pulling out your claws or something like that. And I guess that's just a part of being a fan. Some fans are probably better, quote unquote, than other fans, and they want the movie star to do that thing. You know, it's sort of like dance, monkey dance. You sort of forget that they're people that were acting in a role, and they're not acting in that role right now. But I have a little bit of a problem with the disdain that a Michael B. Jordan or possibly a Chadwick Boseman might have with fandom and what fans do and how fans are. And I don't think it's a bad thing. It's their prerogative. But I'm just wondering what that spirit might do to a fan. You know, the fan's the fan, and they're fanatic, and that's what they're going to ask you to do. You know, if you're a music performer and you just came out with a new album, like let's say if Michael Jackson was still alive and he just came out with a new album, the fans are still going to want to hear him sing Beat It or Bad or Black and White, even though it may be, if he were alive, it's 2018 and he just came out with a new album, Michael Jackson on Fire. They're still going to want to hear stuff from Thriller. And it's just, you know, and that's okay. Should Michael Jackson, in that case, should he be offended that people want him to do something that made them fall in love with him. Should Michael B. Jordan be offended by a reporter wanting to see him do Wakanda Forever, even though he said, I'm not from Wakanda, because he was technically from Oakland. Spoiler alert, Eric Killmonger was from Oakland, not Wakanda, even though he was Wakandan. Yeah, it's whatever. See, I'm a fan as well, and I may want to hear Chadwick Boseman just say, you know, I'm from Wakanda in his voice or something, or his little sister say, brother. I may want to hear them speak that way, because it would be kind of cool to hear that up close and personal. So I just want to know what you think about it, and if you were maybe the star of a movie and a fan came up to you and they wanted you to do that thing that made them fall in love with you, would you do it? Would you be offended at people continuing to ask you about it? Well, how do you feel about it? It's Reasonable Dose. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video.